Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to today's episode of Live on Fridays with Cassandra. This is the most exciting time of the month for me, so I'm super excited. Um, so let's get started. Today, we're going to be talking about the productivity course for tomorrow. But before we start, I want to give you some amazing value. We're going to be talking about how to keep planning and pushing yourself to your best life after failure or a setback. So, before we share, I just want to give you some reminders, a little bit of housekeeping. I want to encourage you to like or share and like it, if something resonates with you, just like it and then type it up. Make sure you send it so you can connect with other people. So share the video with something that resonates with you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see more videos. And don't forget to click the little bell at the top to notify you when we have new videos on the channel. So let's dive in for tonight. So, how do you keep planning your best life after failure, after a setback? One, you give yourself a scheduled block of time to productively work through those emotions. And I love this. I have another friend who she actually gives herself a time limit where she'll stop working on the like she will say, I'm not going to worry. I'm going to focus on something else. So I love to schedule the block of time because what that does is that says, okay, at 5 o'clock, I'm going to give myself time to worry, right? But then that also, as you're going about your day, and even as you get to the 5 o'clock and you say, okay, time to worry, you really don't want to spend that time worrying. What happens is those things, because you don't focus on them, they become smaller and smaller and smaller and more insignificant. So block that time off, or either like my friend does, she schedules time limitations where she says, okay, after a day or two, I'm not going to worry about this stuff. Schedule your block of time or place a time limit. Number two is to discipline your disappointments. So often we let our disappointments just run rampant, just like an upset toddler, just causing complete mayhem, right? So we have to learn that it's actually very much okay to say, you know what, disappointment, we got work to do. So have a seat and we're going to focus. Okay. And number three is to learn from those setbacks, learn from the failures, because when you learn, they're not really failures. You're taking that wisdom, and you're number four, you're readjusting your plan using the wisdom that you took from it, and you're getting better. And number five, plan some extra self-care time that you need when you, because sometimes, when you go through something, it can be very, very difficult to bounce back. But giving yourself that self-love, it can help you bounce back. So remember to schedule that block to work productively on your emotions, discipline your disappointments, learn from your failures and setbacks, readjust your plan. And number five, give yourself a little bit of extra self care. Okay. And now, without further ado, let's jump into our questions for the productivity course. So, number one says, how can you manage being a mom of four, a wife, an entrepreneur, a coach, a speaker, and let's not even forget a doctoral student and an author and all that good stuff? How can you, stay on top of all that stuff? Or what does the question say? Still be on top of your game. I would say it is a combination of intentional scheduling, definitely help, as well as purposeful action and thinking. And let me break that down for you. So, intentional scheduling. I'm going to go over this obviously in the productivity course, where when I do the behind the scenes video and show you guys how I schedule, but intentional scheduling. In my schedule, I know when my meals are going to be. I know what they're going to be like. What are the best times to do things? Are you planning when you have the most energy? Are you planning when you know you'll need a boost or an energy boost? How are you being intentional in your scheduling? And then help, constantly getting help from my family and friends, but also from other service providers. So I'll give you an example. So, for instance, I'm always writing books. So, one of the things that I do instead of maybe take an hour to go to the grocery store unplanned, just because I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know what to cook. No, that's one of the things we'll talk about. I create my plan during Sunday, my weekly plan. I already know what I'm going to cook. So, I have someone else from Instacart going to get my groceries and deliver them here so that I can focus on what is most important. So I have a whole system for it. I'll share it with you later, but I already know, and I already know when I'm going to cook and everything like that. So I'm constantly getting help so that I can focus on what is most important. As far as purposeful action, guys, there's nothing in my calendar and in my schedule that is not without a purpose. Everything serves a purpose for me, down to what I wear, as well as purposeful thinking. And I think a lot of times people don't give themselves the gift of purposeful thinking. They allow their thoughts to go wherever, to just be untamed. And while that can be good for creativity and for brainstorming, when you need to rediscipline yourself, you have to get purposeful thoughts. So be present in the moment. If you are working on a major product, purposeful thinking instead of thinking, oh, I have to do this. Or the best example is being in a meeting and having your thoughts go everywhere instead of being in the meeting. Purposeful thinking. Okay. Next question. How can I stop procrastinating and improve productivity? I would say that you need to discipline and establish that commitment again. A lot of times we let our feelings control what we want to do instead of controlling our feelings. For instance, if you know that you're supposed to go to the gym, instead of saying, I really don't feel like it today, it's cold, it's rainy, it's hot, and it's humid, instead of saying, you know what, I promised myself I was going to do that. I made a vow to myself, I'm going to put my clothes on. And you may have to have some talks like that in the beginning, but soon it'll become easy and you just do it without even thinking. So stop procrastinating by remembering your commitment to yourself and choosing and deciding to take action. Next question. What are the key ingredients to build good productive habits? I would definitely say self-awareness. I would say self-management, not time management. And I would say planning ahead. So I would say awareness, because you have to be aware of what's going on around you. You have to be aware of what you need, what you want, what your best life is, or what the next steps are. To be extremely aware of what you need. As far as self-management goes, what we tend to do is when we allow our feelings to take over, we can lose that discipline. And that's the best way to say it. So say, for instance, you say, I'm going to work on my business for an hour today. And instead you are eating ice cream on the couch, binge watching Netflix. You are not managing yourself very well. So make sure that in all you do, that you are managing yourself. What am I supposed to be doing right now, right? Look at your calendar. You have it for a purpose. Look at your calendar and see what you need to be managing yourself to do. And of course, planning ahead. What do you see yourself doing in 3 months? What is your plan? Where should you be at 6 months? How long do your projects take? How long do your proposals take? Know how much time it takes you to do things and plan accordingly. Okay, next question, Dad. How can I sustain my productivity? I'm productive the first part of the week, and then it dies down. I would say 3 things. The first thing that I would say is that you need to renew your commitment to yourself. I don't think a lot of people realize, but we tend to, when you break your commitment to yourself, you really break the trust that you have with yourself. You kind of break down your self-respect. You break down your self-confidence because you lose belief in yourself as you don't follow up with your commitments. So renewing your commitments and saying, okay, this schedule is appropriate for me. I can handle this. Make sure that you follow through on those commitments, because the more you do, the more you'll be able to build momentum, the more you'll build your self-confidence, make progress, and as a result, be more happier. And then I would say that when you get momentum, keep it. Don't cut it off. Stay in that flow, because that flow is priceless. And then the third thing I would say to that is to track your time and to track your triggers. There may be something that you're doing in there that is draining your energy, or it could be the amount of time that you're doing it. To make sure that you are aware, we go back to that word, make sure that you are aware of your time and your triggers so that you can maximize your week. Next question. These are some great questions, guys. Okay. What can I do to motivate myself to do stuff that I plan to do for the day? What can I do to motivate myself to do the stuff that I plan to do out for my day? So I would say this. I would say that it's not about motivation. It's about discipline. It's about telling yourself, look, I know you don't feel like it, but this is what we vowed to ourselves that we would do. We wrote out the schedule. When we wrote it down, we gave our word. So tell yourself, this is what we're going to do. So we're going to make it happen. And do you have any more questions? Yes, next. Okay. How can I manage unexpected interruptions in my plans? Definitely be flexible and adjust. Everybody, life happens to everybody. So always be flexible, always adjust and make the appropriate, changes. One thing I want to say is don't allow other people's unplanned emergencies and circumstances due to their lack of planning to throw you off track either, because that can happen. So make sure that you handle that responsibly, because a lot of times, especially when you're starting out, people can do that. Next question. What tools or technologies do you use to keep track of your work and be more productive? Okay, well, I have to send a shout out to Diane. Diane is she's my background person, but she is like the life of so much. So I'm mentioning her because she gave this wonderful tool called Airtable that we use to plan out the social media. So, and also, guys, if you don't know Diane, she is wonderful. One day, I think she's in the first video, but she is amazing. I cannot do any of this without her. She is my lifeline. So, Diane, I know that you're watching because you're behind the scenes. Thank you. And I love you for Airtable and for being awesome. So, Airtable is wonderful. Also, I love my journal. I keep my journal by me at all times. I plan in my journal. I write notes in my journals. I write insights in my journal. I write everything. I write wisdom. And the most important thing is that I review it constantly. I'm reviewing it daily as much as I can, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. And I'm constantly writing things down. Even on some of the old things that I have, I'm constantly writing things down or leaving little post-its on my journal. And then I have to say, of course, planners and calendars. Yes, Airtable, Ayana. So with my planner, I have one hard copy planner, although I'm probably going to get two, but I map out my whole week. You guys will see it in the productivity workshop behind the scenes when I do the video, but I map out my whole week because I like to see visual, make sure there are no conflicts in there, and then also write out monthly things as well. And then, of course, I have my digital calendars. I love my iPhone calendar. It's like my lifeline. It's like my second Diane. So I have my iPhone calendar, and then I have multiple Google calendars. I can show you guys the workshop, all of the calendars that I have from my life that keep me situated. And then, of course, ClickUp. I like doing the little list in there. And Close. Close is my secret favorite. I love Close, Cloze. What it allows me to do is for my friends, family, clients, whoever, it takes the person and it collects from all these different sources your notes, your emails, pictures, the information, social media posts, everything about the person. So you can see everything, every email, every note that you guys have together. And I love that relationship kind of a snapshot. I love all that. And then you still have access to the documents as well. So all those things are my favorites. Yes, Close. Okay. Diane, what is the productivity workshop and who is it for? So it has been a long time coming. The productivity workshop, people have asked me for it. It's a workshop. It's all about planning with purpose. It's about getting things done. It's about how to overcome planning issues. It's the heart of it. It's about empowering creative entrepreneurs, stay-at-home moms, working moms to build their dream lives, because that's what it's all about, to build that life that you dream of. And here is where it starts. You start the process with putting it on paper and planning your best life. So that's who it's for, and that is what it is. Next question, Di. Where can I get tickets for the workshop and how much is it? The productivity workshop is $47. You can get tickets at www.nevergiveupacademy.com. And let me just add a little tidbit to that. So how this works is in Never Give Up Academy, we do monthly courses. So the first course is $47, and then next month, the second month, you start paying $97. If you just want the productivity workshop, you pay the $47. You get all the items associated with the productivity workshop, and then you can cancel if that's the only workshop that you want. But the workshop is $47. And guys, the rest of the workshops are so amazing. We tackle so many topics. All the topics are listed on that page in nevergiveupacademy.com. So you can always get access to that on that page. Next question. Does the workshop talk about accountability, the accountability aspect of productivity, and how can I sustain productive habits? It does not go into the accountability aspect of productivity. However, it does go into how to sustain productive habits. We talk about that in the live course as well as in the bonus information as well. I'm not available to join the workshop tomorrow. Can I still watch the workshop? Absolutely. So how this works is that tomorrow we go live in the productivity workshop. Woo! Okay. And then the replay comes up like 24 hours after it. And then you can watch the replay as well as get the other bonus goodies in there. So you can still watch the replay, guys. And I am constantly in Never Give Up Academy. So you can always, leave questions or comments and we can continue the conversation there. Any other questions? Oh, what makes Never Give Up Academy, the productivity workshop, different from any other productivity workshop out there? I would say that this one is different from the rest because I show you behind the scenes how I schedule my best life, my best week, which I've never done. And people constantly ask. People, ever since I started my business and I wrote my book, my first book, I did it speak to talk through a word actually, and people kept asking me how do you do this? How do you schedule all this? And how do you get it done? So I am not just giving you step-by-step instructions on how to be productive. Anybody can do that. I am showing you guys. Other courses are mostly focused on scheduling and productivity applications and project management. This course is about transforming and revising your old schedule into a schedule that supports and aligns with your best life. That is so, so, so exciting to me. Oh my gosh. So, next question. I'm not sure if this workshop is right for me because I have so much on my plate right now. I just shut down and stopped working when I feel overwhelmed. What is your advice for me? Okay, I would say that overwhelm, it affects everybody differently. And I would say definitely unplugging is great. Taking a walk, taking deep breaths, putting your work aside. That is all great stuff. And I would also say remembering your why, because that will really bring you back home. Most of us get overwhelmed because we're everywhere. We're focused on all this stuff, right? But there's too many things. We have to step away and shift our focus to one thing that can change, one thing that can be helpful. And for most of us at that moment, that's a why. That's our why. So are we done with the questions, Di? Yep. Okay. Okay. So, guys, we are done with the questions. I want to thank you so much, Ayana and everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you all so, so, so much. And I'll just say, if there's anything within you that's saying, I need to be in this productivity workshop, honor yourself and make that commitment to yourself to get it done. Remember, the replay will be there so you can still get it. We go live tomorrow morning, so get your ticket. NeverGiveUpAcademy.com. The ticket is $47. And here's a little bit of what you'll get. You'll get the live class, you get the replay recording, behind the scenes videos of me planning my week in person, right? You'll see me doing my thing in my calendars. You get the strategy to plan out your best life and start living it now. And you get results that show you how to stop being frustrated of getting it all done and not being overwhelmed. And of course, we have like amazing bonuses. So, um, that always is a great thing. Everybody loves bonuses. And also, I'll just share that everyone has always been asking me, Cassandra, how do you do it? A family of six, you know, writer of 4 books, doctoral student, valedictorian, um, endorsed author. How in the world do you do it? And I'm not saying that, guys, please hear me. Yes, all that while raising a big family. I am not saying that. Please hear my heart. I'm not saying that to boast, not at all. I'm saying that because that journey, it has led me to where I am today. I'm putting all of my heart and all of my wisdom into sharing things with you that I know works for scheduling and productivity. I'm not just going to tell you the principles that I live by. I'm going to show you the principles that I live by and how I do it. There is a saying that successful people leave clues. Well, I'm not going to leave you any clues. I'm going to lay it all out on the table for you. I'm laying it all out for you because I want you, the ultimate result is that I want you to live your best life through this workshop. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can do so on social media, on Facebook at Cassandra D. Freeman, or on Instagram as the Cassandra F. You guys know where to find me. We'll also put it in the show notes so that you can catch me there. Also, if you already don't have your Dream Builder necklace, I'm not wearing that one right now, and my I Am bracelet, they are in the Thoughtful shop at thoughtfulinspirations.com/shop. They're the perfect tools to keep you focused and release you from the overwhelm of having too much to do. One of the things that I remember doing, or I mentioned doing when you feel overwhelmed, is to remember your why, right? Um, and a part of that for me is I wear this bracelet every day. This I Am bracelet, I have it on every day. And I wear either my Dream Builder necklace or my Never Give Up necklace. This one I have on today, my Never Give Up necklace. I wear it every single day because they serve a huge reminder to me that when I'm wearing them, that this is an honor, that this is a purpose, that I am going to be purposeful, that I'm going to be intentional, and that I'm going to give it everything I have within me, that I'm going to fight, that I'm going to work hard, that I'm going to be as productive and consistent as I can to honor the dream builder in me, the person who is choosing to never give up. Because when you have your why, guys, it is powerful. It's as powerful as me wearing this necklace and bracelet and constantly remembering that when I wear this to look down and be intentional, or when I wear my bracelet, it just reminds me to keep going and to never give up. And I hope it does the same for you. So I hope it continues to help you to build your best life. You can get any of these products again at Thoughtful Inspiration Shop at never give up at thoughtfulinspirations.com/shop. You can get them in the store right now. Again, I want to thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, guys, keep going after your best life. Keep fighting for it. And the best is yet to come. Are we good, guys? Do we have any other questions? Ayana, I appreciate you so much. Okay. Well, if there are no other questions, guys, I will see you in the next Live Friday with Cassandra. See you guys later.